Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I thought we'd take an in-depth look at Exodia, because I've been playing it for quite a while now. I thought I'd go along and explain some of the lines this deck can do if you're new to this deck and would like to play it. Something I'd very highly recommend this format if you look for something slightly easier that can deal with the meta right now. But I thought, yeah, we'll go along, we'll talk about some combos. I'll show some combos, some very easy beginner combos if people are just trying to learn to play this deck. But I've got all the cards here that you need, so yeah, let's get into it. For the first combo, I have Millennium Shield. And one thing you need to know about all the Millennium monsters, besides Heart of the Blue Eyes, is they all have the effect to pay 2,000 to be put in the spell and trap zone. That's an effect that happens in the hand, so important to note. So we'll not pay the 2,000 just yet. We'll activate the effect to place in our spell and trap zone. Is now treated as a continuous spell. We can either pay the 2,000, or if we have Millennium Unk, we can reveal Millennium Unk to not pay the 2,000 to then special summon it. So, but we'll pay the 2,000 and then add Millennium Unk. This is like the okay card of the deck. It only adds Millennium Unk, but still pretty good. Then once we've added Millennium Unk, we can go ahead, activate it, reveal all 5 pieces of Exodia. Mandatory, you have to summon the Exodia. I'll put them over here so my face comes on the way. Shuffle these back, plus Millennium Monk. Move to our end phase, and then we set Exod. Now this is like the bare minimum of interruption. We have Spell and Trap in the game. We also have Exod Fires of Rage for a board wipe, and that's pretty good. One thing to also note is this has a bit of protection. The first line of text says it cannot be destroyed by spell or trap effects. A bit like Sengenjin, but Sengenjin cannot be destroyed by monster effects. The second combo, once again, this is also pretty easy. It's Heart of the Blue Eyes. This has the effect, unlike any of the Millennium monsters at the moment, to discard from our hand for cost. To add, once again, Millennium Unk from deck to hand. Once we activate Millennium Unk, we will reveal all 5 pieces of Exodia. Summon the Incarnate, shuffle these back, and once we move to end phase, we will get our set of Exodia. We'll set the Exod Fires of Rage. And we've also got the Interrupts of Heart of Blue Eyes. If we're able to successfully activate the effects of Millennium Monk, like it's resolved here, if our opponent summons a monster with 3,000 or more attack, or level 8 or higher, so really good for the Blue Eyes matchups, we can special summon this card and send the summoned monster. So for the next combo, it's one card Sengenjin, so we'll activate its effect to put in our spell and trap zone, pay the 2,000 to special summon it, and we get to add a Millennium monster. So in this case, we'll add Millennium Shield. We'll activate Millennium Shield like we've done before, pay the 2,000, special summon it, and then we get to add Millennium Monk. Before we activate Millennium Monk, because Millennium will link our 2 cards off for a copy of Silhouette Rabbit, and we'll activate the effect of Silhouette Rabbit, putting a Azaroon. You can play any trap or whatever you fancy. I know there is an illusion type one or whatever, but I prefer Azaroon. I think it's the best. Then we activate Millennium Monk, reveal all 5 pieces, shuffle back Silhouette Rabbit because it's not a Millennium monster, summon Exodia. These all go back to the deck. Attempt to move to end phase, Exodia will set us an Exod. So now we've got 2 really good traps here. We've got Exod to blow everything up, Azaroon statue to stop any sort of special summoning from the extra deck, and we've got Exodia for a spell attack again. For our next combos will be the 1.5 starters, so this is Golem plus any monster. So Golem will activate effect to put in the spell and trap zone, pay the 2,000 to special summon it, and we get to add a Wedgie Temple from deck to hand. And in that case, it's our field spell. We will activate the field spell. We'll put it on this side so you can see it. I will activate effect to put a monster in our spell and trap zone, and then another Millennium monster. So we'll put Shield, pay the 2,000, special summon it, add Millennium Unk. Since we've got 2 monsters, we can get rid of these 2 for a copy of Silhouette Rabbit on spot. Activate Silhouette Rabbit, and we're able to set a Azaroon. We'll fire off the Millennium Unk, revealing all 5 pieces, including the one that's in the spell and trap zone. And then these get shuffled back, because Exodia is not technically a Millennium monster since it's not got Millennium in its name. And so So like that, and then we move to end phase, and Exodia will set us a copy of Exod. So this may look the exact same as the last combo I just showed, but the reason why this is slightly better is the backup of Wedgie Temple. So we're in a situation where we've got no cards left in hand, but we've got a monster. Wedgie Temple's really good at like placing a monster, then putting another monster like shield or whatever. Basically, it just keeps your engine still going. Basically. For our going first build, we want to primarily focus on getting engine and as much engine as we can, while also having some sort of backup, with the backup probably being still a Hat Rabbit and still more engine to play on like turn 3, so we don't just instantly die if they find a way to out Exodia. I also want to talk a bit about the new card that was announced, Millennium Gaia. Not too sure on the card's name right now. I'll have to look at it again. But I've got excited, man. I think the card's really good. It's a Omni Negate. Well, I think it's just... I say Omni. No, I'm pretty sure it's just a Monster Negate. Yeah, it's just a Monster Negate, but that's still just massive. It means that the biggest outs for Exodia are usually things like SP or Druis Worm. Can be really annoying. If they activate Druis Worm, banish our Heart of the Blue Eyes, then... just link it off and just get rid of Exodia. So we finally have an out for it now. And also the level changes. I think if your opponent special summons a monster in attack, it's a level immediately gains 7 levels. So like it kind of stops Ryziel, but not really. But other than that, it's still a really good card. One thing that's also been brought to my attention with this deck is the like interest of making going second builds, which I thought is like super interesting, where you max out on Obliterate Blaze and like Lava Golem Sphere modes and maybe even Kaijus and all of that. And I might test around with that a bit. In some of the footage you'll see here, I have a going second build, and thinking of going second, I think like it's really tempting, but it's only good against certain decks. I feel like since the setup for Exodia can seem kind of weak, especially into like interruption, whereas like if your opponent has hand traps against your setup when you're going first, it's not that much of a difference really, because 9 out of 10 ways you're usually getting Millennium Unk, whereas if you're trying to play into a board that has negate, interruptions or banishment, sometimes having 1 or 2 Millennium monsters is just not good enough. So yeah. On the other hand though, the one thing I have been thinking about is what else can I mix with Exodia, because like pure Exodia, like it's still really good, but just how power creep is and stuff like that, I find it's hard to catch up, and it's hard to mix Exodia with anything because of the restrictions of Millennium Unk, of it shuffling everything back, not being able to summon after Exodia comes out and stuff like that. So I've been looking into things like Horus. Horus is really good. Bestial, I think, could be really interesting as well. Also Orcust. I'm not too sure about those cards, but I've seen a few people have been testing them and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think I should be playing with it. But yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed anyway. I know it's been sort of a strange one. But yeah, I mean, I would love to come back to this deck more. I'm thinking of definitely taking it to locals more often, but I've got a new deck lined up that I'm kind of interested to play. It is a bit of a meta sheep deck, and I think you'll see that in the next episode of playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I'm really excited about then. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later and I'll see you in the next one.